Ravi Kant Jaipuria. He's the chairman, Varun Beverages, joining in. And thanks for being with us on ET Now, Mr. Jaipuria. To begin with, congratulations on the CCI approval for the big acquisition. How is this going to
Good
help
morning.
consolidate your position of franchise owner of PepsiCo across India, and what does its addition to your overall portfolio mean?
Well, basically, if you see, we'll have great operational leverage, economies of scale, contiguity, opportunity for backward integration, lower seasonality. As you know, South and West are much less seasonal than North and East. So it will, being the whole country, it will really help us in not being so skewed in just April to June quarter. So overall, this is going to be very good for Varun Beverages, and the consolidation and actually the contiguity is going to make a lot of advantage for Varun.
Uh, Also wanted to understand about numbers and what really are the sales in terms of can volumes and value, and how these two new regions have the potential to deliver, you think, in terms of what it would mean for the profitability of the company.
Well, mainly, Varun Beverages is a completely backward integrated company. So as soon as we take over, which we are expecting in the next 2 to 3 weeks, the backward integration benefit will pass on to the rest of the territory also, and that itself adds 3 to 4 percentage points to the bottom line. So overall, it is going to be very good, and especially volume of scale, that itself, in our purchases, in our overall cost, in our HO cost, so everything else gets consolidated, and it will really benefit the overall scenario of the, and our seasonality, which is so skewed up in north, will be at least become partially covered with the north and with the west and south coming into the portfolio.
When you say that efficiencies would kick in, can you be slightly more specific? I understand that if a company is able to merge businesses, the efficiency, the backroom activity, all those factors, productivity, efficiency, they obviously would be better. But can you be specific in terms of what would be the impact which you will have
Yes.
at a EBITDA level, at an operating level?
No, our EBITDA levels are one of the highest in the industry, if you see, and there is no reason after consolidating that these territories will also be starting to give us the same EBITDA levels ultimately. So if you look at our EBITDA levels, we are running at about 21% EBITDA, and which is the highest in the industry. So we feel with this consolidation, the similar effect should happen in the long run.
The new plants which you've acquired, what is the what is the contract with Pepsi here? Are these plants which have an existing contract with the Pepsi, or have you renegotiated your contracts when you acquired them?
No, it doesn't work that every time we put a plant that the new negotiation happens. We have a long-term agreement with Pepsi, and these plants are under the same agreement. So we will have a long-term agreement with Pepsi, which is going to be for next 20 years. And this is the first time the longest agreement has been made with PepsiCo. So with this acquisition and the 20-year agreement, I think Varun Beverages is placed in a very sound position. And especially these new acquisitions come with a huge capacity. So we don't have to put any major capex for the next 3 to 4 years because enough till the volumes reach to that level. So enough capacities are already built in with these new plants coming in.
Minus carbonated drinks, What is your outlook on your non-carbonated business growth, and where is that business headed? It's a small base business, so obviously the percentage would be higher. But do you see a substantial uptick in that business? Because everyone is now of the view that, okay, carbonated beverage equals to sugar.
Well, carbonated beverages is growing a healthy, high single digits figures, but our major growths are also coming from juices and water. And if you really see, the new plant which we have put in Pathankot is to manufacture Tropicana and value added beverages, dairy beverages, which are going to be starting from our plant end of April, early May. So that is why we have put up a new additional facility, and water and juices are growing at high teens. So that's a high growth coming out of these two products.
And give us a sense as to what kind of growth we can see for the international markets. We've seen a great performance, for instance, in Zimbabwe. Can this be sustained? Can we see double-digit growth from the international markets?
Absolutely. I mean, I think all our international markets are growing more than double digits actually, and you'll see it as the quarter is already at the end. You will see much higher than double digits growths coming. So we are looking
markets
at
like Zimbabwe.
International markets have been very good for us this year, and yes.
No, my question is that if India opportunity, so if the growth in India is so large, both in terms of reach, demographics, why would you go global? And even when you're going global, why would you go to Zimbabwe of all the countries?
No, we are already in the surrounding areas of Zimbabwe. We are already there in Zambia, we are already in Morocco, so we are already in Africa, and we have started Botswana. So there is enough room for us in Africa, and we were not sure at one point that we were going to get the balance of India. So we wanted to grow, and we looked at Africa as the most second fastest growing area after India. So once we now have India, we are consolidating and focusing on India, and when we get an opportunity, we will start maybe one country at a time in Africa. And Africa has done very well for us, so it also hedges our risks just being in one seasonality or one area.
What is the biggest risk you see to your business?
Pardon me?
What is the biggest risk to your business? Is it the weather? Is it is it demand? Is it your relationship with your vendors? What is the biggest risk to your business?
No, actually, if you look at it, it's not a high risk business. I mean, weather definitely plays an important role in our business, but weather can be a few points up or down. So you sometimes have a wetter July or you have a wetter June. So the month volume shift from one to the other. Like we've had a colder season, the summer has started little late, so it might have slight effects. But overall, it doesn't make any difference. If you look at the last 25 years history, we have been consistently growing, and so I don't think it's really a risk business, nor it is something which is going to grow at 50% and suddenly give you overnight reward. So it's a constant growing business. As our Indian per caps are so low, there is huge room to go forward. India is still at 22, 23 per caps against world leader Mexico of 1400. So we have so much room to grow that I don't see any reason why this business cannot keep on continuing in double digit growths, at least for the next 5-10 years.
Okay, Mr. Jaipuria, pleasure speaking with you, and good luck for the future endeavors. I'm sure we'll chat again soon.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay.